old girl will start. Oh yeah, like a champ every time. She's a good old girl. There, that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, easy to take off. Put this bad boy on, and then try and line it back up. There, we got one side in. Oh, we're close. We're close. Tighten this bad boy. Okay, that's good. For reference, we're at the storage unit. So fixing things like these on nice days when I get in is a must. Try and get all this fixed in the summertime, so when we get here in the winter, we can just take that off. All right, I think we won. So just grabbed these 3 solar panels from the solar store in Anchorage. Didn't have time to video me grabbing them, but anyway, got them all loaded up. They're all strapped in here, nice and tight. So we're gonna be on our way, go to Fred Meyer's and get all our food. Just grabbed Fred Meyer, all our food. It's about 3:12 Alaska time. So now we'll keep heading north. We gotta stop at Lowe's, grab some stuff for projects, and then we'll be on our way north. Then we'll have to stop one more time for some fuel and some propane, and then out the dirt roads to the cabin. So we're doing all right, but it's gonna be a long day. Well, I'm back at the cabin and gonna get some chores going here. Show you what we got going. First thing we're gonna do is mow this lawn. Remember last time when the mower didn't work? Well, it's kind of long now. Some of this stuff is about up to my knees. So we're gonna get out that field mower, see if we can't fix that fuel pump and get going today. I leave myself notes like this every time I leave. The old will it start? Come on. Oh yeah. All right, like I said, I brought 2 of these this time. One for a spare and one to swap. Hopefully it's easy as swapping this and everything works good. If you didn't watch the last video, this $15 part made it so I couldn't mow the yard because it's about an 8-hour trip, round trip to town. And I went to go mow the yard second to last day we were here. The old one was spitting fuel out of it, so Amazoned it and brought it with me. And hopefully we should be good to go. Just like that. 5-minute fix. See if this battery's dead. All right, here we go. Fuel on. It works. Wild kingdom out here. Cow and 2 calves. Another one over here. There you go, there it is. Barely see it there. Those little calves over here, they don't want to swim though. They're going back to shore. All right, day 3 at the cabin. It is sunny outside, so we are going to let my ADD run wild and do all kinds of stuff. I think the first thing I'm going to take and swap this solar controller. Got 3 more panels that we picked up. I picked up on the way out, so we got to go out to the truck and grab those sometime today. But I'm going to swap my solar controller to a bigger one. And then the smaller one that I'm taking out, I'm actually going to put that on my windmill so that I can kind of see what's going in and out of it a little bit better. And then the panels that are on the cabin up top, some of them are cracked, like where the mount goes in. So I think I'm going to take those down because they're old panels. They're super old. There might be like 200 watts worth, and then it's cracked too. And then they kind of flop in the wind and sound kind of crazy when it gets going up there pretty good. So anyway, I'm rambling. So let's swap this. And then we'll find other stuff to do today too. So in the closet here, see that little guy down there in the middle? That 100/30, we're going to swap that out for another one of the 150 by 85. So should be pretty quick. So we'll swap that out really fast. Just look at it. Look at it. They all match. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. Get all these wires cleaned up. Oh yeah. Alright, we're going to get all these wires cleaned up back here. This is behind those charge controllers and inverters. The batteries back here. Need to put some fusing in and mount some switches here. So we'll get this all cleaned up today. Alright, so I can get in there. What do we got? Here goes nothing. Okay, good times. Need a pillow in here. My neck's killing me. Oh, God. Two types of people will probably watch this. Probably no in between. Some that are going to be like, you're out of your mind. Why are you taking so much time to do this? And then the other side is going to be your spacing's off on your zip ties. Your screws aren't all on the same side. I could have done better. Why didn't you do this? I'm probably the second group. My own worst critic. I'll look at it and not be happy. Neck. Jesus. Good Lord. Have mercy. Alright, let's see if I can get out of here. For the fourth time. Oh, God. This is for the power wire to one of the solar controllers. Looks complicated, huh? It's not. Just wires, plus and minus. That's what I do. What I do. Do the wires. We are going to finish all this trip. So next trip, I do not have to deal with any of this except for swapping one little device that I forgot to bring. I'm about over this project. Okay, I need a bigger fuse probably. Input, output. Does it fit? Tight. Kept all my power and ground wires from the batteries to the distribution, the same exact length. I mean, all the positives are the same lengths of each other since I ran two. All the grounds are the same lengths. Because it will try and find the path of least resistance. So if one's shorter than the other, it would use a shorter cable. Okay. Would you look at that? We did it. Like a glove. Grab this trail cam. Mosquitoes are bad out here. See if we got anything good on here. See how tall this stuff is. See what we got. If there's anything good. A whole lot of nothing so far. Oh, look at that. Got a bulb moose back there. The date's way off. I never set the date on it. Breakfast of Champions there. All right, today we're going to go out and get the solar panels that I picked up in Anchorage on the way. So I'll take you along, show you what it takes to get across the lake, through the woods, to the truck and back, just to pick up the stuff. It's quite a trek, so people are always intrigued on what it takes just to go grab stuff out of the truck. So here we go. We'll get that done today. And we're going to put those up here on the side of the cabin here. I've already got 3 on here. So I think I'm going to do another one right below that end one, and then maybe 2 more along here. So we're going to go pick up those 3 panels and see if we can get those up today. Holy crap. Almost forgot the keys to the truck. Rule number 1, don't forget the keys to the truck. Alright, things I gotta check always. So let's check, make sure these aren't too loose. A little slack on them. This one's a little bit loose. Last thing we want to do is put the Ranger in the lake. We start the boat motor before I put the Ranger on, in case something doesn't start for some reason. Warm up a little. Make sure the ropes aren't where I'm going to run them over. park. I added the little e-brake thing you can add to these. Pull the windows down so I can see through. Taking out some stuff, like use this to come in. I put my stuff in here, food and stuff, empty fuel cans. Always take those out whenever I go out. If there's anything to take out to the truck, I take it to make the loads a little bit lighter each time so we don't tear up the trail with a huge heavy load on the last trip out. All right, all unhooked. Off we go. This thing's kind of cool. I can stick this on here. Sometimes it doesn't stay on there too good, but off we go. Off we go. Foot on the brake, two foot in it. Give her some gas before I let off the brake. We don't want to roll backwards. Easy peasy. Across the lake. So if you watched the last video, you would have seen how muddy the trail was. That was about a month ago or so. I was here. You'll see when we get up here that it's crazy how it dries out super fast. It's been pretty hot up here, so the trail's not as bad as far as having lots of water and stuff on it. You know, we still have some pretty decent sized big jagged rocks to get over. Nothing impassable, but if you don't have some larger tires and like arched A-arms and things like that, you could get bound up on some things. I've got this Ranger, I've done arched A-arms in the front and back. I've done I did the heavy duty spring kit, and then I also put on 30-inch tires, so it gives a little bit more clearance and gets us through pretty good. Haven't really got stuck yet in this thing on this trail. I got stuck one time, but that was when I had I broke a couple front axles. So I only had two-wheel drive, so I did get stuck trying to get it out once or twice because it was the family coming out, so we were fully loaded, 4 people, and it was pretty wet, but we just winched through a couple spots. But if everything's in working order and 4-wheel drive's working, it's usually not too horrible to get through here. Not as bad as some spots in Alaska, you know, where you have a lot. We don't have to go through much like swamp and stuff like that. There's some areas back in here where you got to have an Argo or a, you know, some people have a Sherp, but to get into those spots, you're not getting in there in just a regular ATV. A lot of people run 6x6s, like our 4-wheeler, you know, 6 wheels, 4 in the back, 2 in the front. And they make some side-by-sides that are the same way. So a lot of people run 6x6s to give you a little bit more area to keep it on top of the Tundra a little bit better and not sink in. I just stopped and saw a couple other YouTube people that live somewhat near me, or near us out here. They're a few miles away, but Becca and Levi's Alaska. They live out here full time and do YouTube for a living. Super nice people, so check out their channel. But we got the solar panels in the back. Headed back in the trail now. Weather's been pretty nice this trip. Been about 60 degrees every day. Not too much rain. Good weather to work in. Oh, that's bumpy. Every single thing in this Ranger squeaks. This part of the trail right here, this is the part where there's usually logs and a little bit of water flowing through it, but there's no standing water, no anything running. You might have seen this on some other videos, but it's pretty dried up right here. Always try and offset my tracks when I come in to kind of press the mud down, so we don't get huge ruts right down the center where your tires are. Tried to do drone, this small one, and it disconnected, and I can't reconnect it, and I'm in the middle of the lake. So I don't know if I just wait until it drops or what, but this sucks. No, it's going down. Come on, get over there. Get there. Almost there. Yes!
Low battery. Aircraft landing.
It landed inside. That was awesome. Good Lord. YouTubing's hard. Oh yeah. What? Oh my God. So I just realized there's a picnic table under here. But if I don't pull that out, I don't think I'm going to get it out once I put another panel up here. Probably don't need that. Seriously? Trailer fenders? Do I need trailer fenders? No. Wire. Fingers. Loose fan in here. Don't worry, these are OSHA approved Crocs. Steel toe. So we're good. Give me a stick or something to jam under there. Oh God, I'm sorry. Get that down, maybe. Oh God. That is cramped. Holy crap. Oh, yeah, look at that. Goes right in. Ooh, that's gonna be close. Alright, we'll test this really quick. This should be about 100 and some volts of DC power. 126 volts. So these panels are like almost 40 volts a piece, and when you series them, basically you take the positive of one to the negative of the other, and the positive of that one to the negative of the other. That's called series. So since they're almost 40 volts a piece, when you series them like that, that's how you get your 120-ish volts when you got power going to it. So we're going to unplug this while we run these wires through. Run the wires into the cabin to the disconnect switches, and we should be having power. Okay, so we'll put that on and it should work. We'll go inside, see if it's working. That's Solar Cabin West, 591 watts. You guys log cabin builders, for you TP builders. Let me make a fire. I'm usually a TP. We're gonna try this out. This looks more like Jenga than a log cabin. Sorry, I'm not gonna rub two sticks together or two rocks. We got propane, we're gonna use it. All right, here we are, last day, just getting a few things wrapped up. Got this solar and inverter stuff all wired. I'll kind of give you a quick overview of what I did, but I didn't have time to film, I want to do a full video of everything we have, just so I can kind of go through kind of what my goal is with the system to run the cabin. But I'll show you really quick what I did get done. Here the inverters are running now. I've got the generator going just to top everything off before I leave today, but we got the two inverters. We've got this is all the distribution power center. Got a bunch of solar charge controllers. They're all wired up nice and tight and tidy on the wiring. Got another solar controller back here, and then back under I did all that wiring you saw me working on earlier. Got this all tidied up as good as I could. This little back area back there where all these wires are just kind of hanging out, that I got to figure out, because that goes to my my wind generator, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to wire that. Right now I've just got a shunt on it to try and monitor the power, and then a circuit breaker because I ran out of fuse spots in my Lynx distribution system. But I need to do a little bit more research and see if I need to get a better MPPT charge controller. So there's not a lot of great information out there. I just got a small little wind turbine out there that's like maybe a 300 watt. But anyway, got the batteries back in here. These are all nice and tidy. And we come out of the batteries, go straight to this fusing here. Got two runs of 0 gauge, goes through the fusing, up and over. Got two battery switches for my main power. That goes out of the battery switches over to the Lynx distribution and then out from there. You can see all my generator wires coming in and out to my main panels. I've got a little sensor here, tells me the temperature inside this room. And then there's also a temperature sensor that's on the negative terminal of the battery to tell me the temperature of the batteries, and that goes to the Victron controller. So over here, this is a Victron controller. This shows me temperature of the battery is right at the negative terminal right now. It's getting a lot of input, so it's like 129 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot. That actual little area, I think right now, I've got that other sensor on my phone. Let me look. Actually, it shows 83 degrees at that little light sensor right there. So my goal here is, you can see that the bottom of the inverters, the fans come out right here. So I'm hoping that this will heat up this area in the winter when my charge controllers are going and generating heat, and then when these inverters turn on, so that the lithium batteries stay a little bit warmer. So this will all be insulated. And then this area right here, to get into it, I'm going to make a grill. So, you know, in the wintertime when I leave, I'll have a grill here, almost like a air duct grill. I'll put a piece of foam behind it so that it stays warmer in there. And then when I get here, I can pop this off and pull the foam off. And then that way that warm air will flow out and help heat the cabin a little bit too, when we are using the generator that generates a lot of heat on these inverters. So that's the inside part. And then the outside, we can run out there really quick. Don't mind the mess. So I'm putting my stuff away. But you'll be able to see, we got all these panels up. So these panels are 390 watts a piece. So now I've got 6 panels. We got these 3 right here on a charge controller. These steps sometimes get in the way and shade this bottom one in the early morning, but usually about 1 or 2 o'clock in the summer, everything's getting full sun. So I got those 3 on one charge controller, and then these other 3 on another charge controller. And then, it's hard to see up there, but there's actually 2. Those 2 up there on the top of the shop that are on that pole. Those are on the 3rd larger controller. And those are bifacial panels, meaning the back side can collect some sun also. So in the wintertime, this hill back here, if it reflects any snow off the back, you can get a little bit more power to those. And then I have these ones up here, which are some old panels. And those ones, I'm probably going to replace. This one on the end looks like it's broken because the shaft kind of blew through it. I think those are only about 200 watts total, 50 watts a piece. But anyway, that's a quick overview. I'll give you guys a full video of that stuff maybe next time I come, just to go through what all the equipment is, what it does, and all that stuff. So anyway, we're going to keep going today, get a couple more chores done, and get ready to leave tonight. We got a little problem. You've got broken out here for suspension on the trailer. It is 8:10, July 3rd p.m. Nobody's going to be open to fix this, so we got to make a decision to try and limp it all the way back. We're over 100 miles away from town. Well, the rest of them look pretty good, but here we go. Well, we made it about 50 miles. Everything seems good so far. The trailer's towing straight. Definitely staying the speed limit, 55, 60. Trying not to push it and not trying to go into corners super hot either. So we got about another hour and a half or so. So hopefully it holds up, and then next, probably have to take it somewhere next trip. My thoughts are, my next trip, maybe I'll come to town. I can take the trailer somewhere and drop it off to get it fixed, and then I'll just go out to the cabin for the week without the trailer and walk into the cabin, because I do have the 6x6 there at the cabin that once I get to the cabin I can come back out to get all my stuff, like if I had a cooler full of food or something, if I can't pack it in, which I guess I can just pack it in. So that might be an adventure. And then hopefully they can fix the trailer within the week while I'm while I'm in town, and then I can pick it back up when I leave the cabin. So anyway, keep trucking, see what happens. I'm at 10:30 at night. I made it to storage. It is 11:39 p.m. So hopefully this is the end of this trip. I'm not going to bore you with the ride to the airport and the flight home. Should get home tomorrow. I think I'm supposed to be home at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so another 12 hours to get home. But trailer made it, and we're gonna have to fix the thing next trip. That might not be for another month or a month and a half or so, but maybe stick around for the next episode, because I got a trip coming up. My family and I are going to Denmark. I don't know how much I'll record it, because my family's not too keen about being on camera, but I'll try and film some stuff while I'm there and try and do a video. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Concrete